Well, many of you may be looking for a new book to tackle this summer, so Connie Cronley is with us to talk about a few of her latest reads. Welcome. So glad you're here with us today.
I'm happy to meet you, Miss Autumn.
Yes, so you have two books to talk to us about.
Books to talk about. Today is the anniversary of D-Day, the invasion of Normandy, so I have brought two books about journalists, trailblazing, heroic journalists and foreign correspondents who changed the face of broadcast and reporting history, all about World War II.
Yes, so specifically, how did they shape things after World War II?
The first book I talk about is the Murrow Boys, and it features Edward R. Murrow and his group of foreign correspondents that he put together in Europe to report from Europe both before and during World War II. And before then, there had never been reporters on the ground for CBS or any other broadcast. There had been news readers, but never anybody, men, they were all men, who went out, covered the events, wrote it, and reported it. This was groundbreaking. And they were all very young. They were all in their 20s and 30s at the time. Murrow was 29 in 1937 when he started this. Only 2 years of broadcast journalism. 2 years later, he was the most powerful journalist in the United States.
And he represented a lot to so many people.
Right. The famous opening is "We Take You Now to London," where he broadcast from the Blitz. And so he put together Eric Sevareid and William Collington, and they created history.
Perfect. And now we're going to take a shift to the Correspondents, women journalists. Talk a little bit about that.
These are the first female correspondents on the front lines in World War II. The best known is Martha Gellhorn, who was married to Ernest Hemingway. She's the only woman to cover the invasion. She stowed aboard a ship of journalists, of nurses, and got there. One was a Jewish woman named Schmidt, who was in Germany, in Berlin, had to hide her Jewishness, her heritage, so that she could interview Goring. One interviewed Mussolini. One was sent by Patton, the only woman to the liberated concentration camp of Buchenwald. Heroic trailblazers, men and women, in honor of D-Day.
Yes, and specifically for these women, it was such a scary time. You know, so many men were journalists. Talk a little bit more about that.
Well, even the American government didn't want them there. They thought, oh, a woman embedded there, it's going to upset the forces. It might cause disarray. And always this question, what do we do about toilet facilities for them?
I know. Well, thank you so much, Ms. Connie. We're so grateful you took the time to join us.